For achieving success in life, we need to do hard things, but doing hard things does not have to be hard. So, the first thing that we need to understand is mind avoids pain, not the effort itself, because we are all ready to do some amount of work and put in some effort, but when the effort becomes too much a pain for ourselves to handle, that is when we avoid doing the thing itself. So, what you have to do to avoid pain is to lower the bar. Just for starting out, you can always increase it later, but when you're starting, you have to lower the bar. You have to make the task look smaller than it is. And for doing this, you do not rely on motivation. You start a ritual. There is a fixed, non negotiable start cue and not motivation. Then you, after starting a ritual, the mistake most people make is that they go on doing that thing because once they get interested and excited, they go on doing the thing until the motivation lasts. But that is not the right thing. You have to time box. You have to apply the method of time boxing, which is committing to a short fixed time and not on completion. So for example, let's say that you are trying to learn a skill which is writing or maybe speaking. So you have a time box of practicing 20 minutes daily. So what you do is you just focus on that time period, and whatever happens in that time period happens. Whatever is left. You are not worried about that. So you just leave it at that, and time boxing is really helpful. Then this is when you get started. Then when you want to make a real permanent shift in yourself, then you have to do what is called identity framing, or maybe identity reframing. Act as the kind of person who does the hard thing. So rather than identifying yourself as a person who is trying to lose weight, you can identify with yourself as a person who likes to stay fit, healthy, sporty, active. That way, when you have this identity, you naturally start losing weight if you follow other things along the way. And identity takes you to a certain extent, but after that, you always have to remember that environment is more powerful than your will. So environment design is an important factor, which is about removing friction for action and adding friction for distraction. So if you tend to scroll social media mindlessly, which is also known as dumb scrolling, before sleeping, what you can do is put your phone in another room and then go to sleep, so that it becomes almost impossible for you to scroll phone. So once you have done your work and once you have completed your task, you just put your phone in the hall and go to sleep in the bedroom, and then you sleep without scrolling, without reading anything, and then you wake up in the morning and again the phone is not with you. So there's no point of again scrolling the first thing in the morning. So environment design is a very smart thing to do. So another example is that if you don't have sugary or junk food in your refrigerator, then it becomes difficult for you to eat. So yeah, and one another example here is that if you're trying to lose weight, then don't pass through shops which sell chocolates, ice creams, or you will be tempted to have those things. Yeah, so environment design is a very powerful thing. Then immediate reward is what our brains crave, because immediate reward, you may think, is it may sound silly, but it is not silly. It is actually powerful. And when you reward yourself with something healthy, something sustainable, something beneficial in the long term, then what happens is you like to again come to that same task and continue the next day. And one of the immediate rewards is having a visual cue for progress. Tracking your progress visually is so powerful. When you tick boxes, or you make a cross that these are the days when you have actually done what you needed to do. So this is really powerful. And then self talk hack, which is also beneficial, is that you replace I have to with I choose to. So like this is especially beneficial when you're trying to take your life to the next level, because once you're in the comfort zone, there is no need for you to kind of, struggle or suffer to go to the next level. But when you choose that suffering, which is legitimate suffering, what happens is that you progress to the next level. So the main insight in this whole video is that you start with action and the feelings and motivations and momentum follows.